During pumpkin season, I love pumpkin everything. So now I'm gonna make this tres leches, which is very common and popular in Mexico and Latin America, pumpkin version. So let's get started. First, have all your ingredients pre-measured and ready to go in front of you to make sure you don't make any mistakes or forget any ingredients. Next, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then, in a medium bowl, add your dry ingredients together. Add 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I like to sift this flour for a fluffier result. It's a wet, spongy cake, so sifting gives you better results. 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin spice, 1 teaspoon of allspice, a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, a 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 1/8 of a teaspoon or a pinch of black pepper. Yes, black pepper, trust me on this one. Whisk those ingredients really well and set aside. In a separate bowl, add 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar and half a cup of brown sugar packed. Whisk both of those together really well. The molasses and the brown sugar will make it tricky, so just be patient. Once well combined, add 3/4 of a cup of vegetable oil. I prefer to use avocado oil, a tablespoon of vanilla extract, and the pumpkin puree. I used 1 15-ounce can. Using a hand mixer or a whisk, combine those ingredients together. Then add 4 large eggs room temperature, 1 at a time slowly until all 4 of them are in. And continue to mix until every ingredient is fully incorporated. Now add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients slowly to avoid spilling them. And continue to combine them together until the batter is fully mixed. Then pre-grease a 9 by 13 cake pan. I lined mine with parchment paper. You don't have to do that, but you can. I find it's better. And I pre-greased it with avocado spray. Then add your delicious batter to the cake pan and distribute it evenly. I'm using a silicone spatula and tapping to remove the excess air and bubbles. Then place it in the oven in the middle rack and bake it for 30 minutes. After 25 or 30 minutes, check it with a toothpick to make sure it comes out clean. If the toothpick comes out clean, then it's done. Remove it from the oven and place it on a cooling rack. Allow it to fully cool down about 20 to 30 minutes. In the meantime, make the tres leches, which is 3 milks. In a large measuring cup or a pitcher, add 1 cup of whole milk, a can of evaporated milk, and a can of sweet condensed milk, and whisk them together to fully combine. Now that your cake is cooled down, unmold it. Flip it upside down. This is a very important step because the milks will not seep in on the other side. Poke holes evenly throughout the whole cake. You can use a fork or large toothpicks, whatever you prefer. Then pour the mix onto the cake slowly, gradually, and evenly, allowing the milks to seep into the cake. Patience and consistency are key for this, so you do have to take your time to make sure it seeps into it before you pour more. Cover it to keep the moisture in and refrigerate it for a minimum of 2 hours or overnight, which is best, before adding the topping. Once it's refrigerated overnight, you can check with your finger the moistness of it. Don't do it with the spoon, it's not the same, so just well-washed hands and your finger. If you like a little bit more milk, you can add a little more to the top. You'll notice though that you'll check it and there will be dry spots, so just add a little more in those dry spots. You can add either half and half or whole milk or even coffee creamer. Liquid coffee creamer is great because it's already sweet. Now let's make the whipped topping. Nothing tops homemade whipped cream. Honestly, it's so much better than store-bought. You just need to get a few things right. You just need 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, half a cup of powdered sugar, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Start beating on low, then slowly increase the speed to high. Make sure everything is cold, so stick to metal. Your bowl and your whisk should be metal, and put it about 25 minutes beforehand in the freezer or the refrigerator. And your heavy cream should be chilled as well, so you can put it in the coldest part of the refrigerator to make sure it's really, really cold. And the last tip is do not overbeat. When you're done, it should have this consistency. Remember, you want soft peaks. Now just spread evenly across your cake and dust with cinnamon or pumpkin pie spice. And that's it. Now to serve, just cut into nice squares and serve. This is perfect for coffee. You don't want milky stuff. This is already a milky cake. Before I have a mouthful of cake though, don't forget to like and subscribe. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. And if you have any requests for recipes that you'd like me to make for you, then go ahead and leave them in the comments and I will give it a try. Okay, so now let's see how this came out. First of all, it's so silky, like when I put my fork through it, and you can tell it's moist, but it's not falling apart. It's like so good. That's the key. Now let's see how it tastes. This is the hard part. So it's a really nice balance and mix with all the spices. The pumpkin is there, but you also taste like a little bit of the other spices, and it's so moist and flavorful and so good. This is perfect for coffee or like anything. So we'll see you on the next one, and I'm gonna get some coffee and finish this off. Bye.